All right, we are live. Welcome, folks. Hope you're having a good day. Friday, so we're doing casual runs today. Let's go ahead and get right after it, see if we can get something going. No good skips. I should be fine. Voucher could be something, so let's save up for that. The 2 pair will do. We'll take the Sly Fella as well. That's a very good opener here. Hoo-ho, thank you for the 3. That means we don't really need to buy anything else. That's funny. Sure, let's take a look. I mean, I got nothing better to do. Those are both quite good, actually.
Well met.
Let's cut the 3s, strengthen these. N, thank you for the 15. This is kind of an absurd start. I don't know that I would normally go for the time machine voucher at this stage, Jesus, in the run. But because we have a strong start, if there's an immolate in here, maybe I can take the skip? No. Because we have a strong start and the grabber, I think we can get away with it. Normally, like, because we're taking the skip, I actually can't take that voucher because I won't be able to afford the extra, or the voucher skip, because I won't be able to afford the extra voucher in the shop. D-Man, thank you for the sub. And Big Z, thank you for the 10 months. More foil? Okay, so we open the Spectral last in case of Wraith. Immolate is probably better than Wraith anyway, so we take that for sure and go next. Mr. SNES with memes, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Congrats on the gold stake win, and good luck with the next Nan-Inf attempt. No bad vouchers yet. Pretty good taros. Great taros. Extraordinary taros.
Well met.
I think Scoreman's a little too slow. The Velociraptor, thank you for the 3. It's not like a super important voucher, so I'm not in a hurry to buy it right now. I will get it before we leave this ante.
Well met.
Actually, do I want that? Because maybe I do, just because I got the Sock and Buskin, but I don't really want Lucky Cat in the mix here. But I suppose at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal.
Well met.
Siege and Gratuitous Crab, thank you for the subs. And Bard, thank you for the donation.
Well met.
Bebop, thank you as well.
Well met.
Fortnite Mega Dookie. DD, is that you? Thank you for the sub. Okay, now we can start looking for, first of all, a purple. Second of all, a golden ticket. Beautiful. Choose to believe that's a king. Beautiful.
Well met.
Murder more cards. Little boy blue, thank you for the 5. The good. Start considering making things spades. Gotta start actually paying attention to the breakpoints in my scoring. More money. Eventually more money. Okay. What's this look like? Not terrible. Yeah, we could have aimed for a 6 for a future 6th Sense. That wouldn't have been terrible. Great googly moogly. Fine. Honestly, I think this wins. Director's cut is good. Okay, we're still on 4 of a kind, unfortunately. Still no red seals. Start making things spades because we passed the boss. Early psychic is nice, yeah. Especially when we're at a stage in the run where we're playing a lot of cards. Like, just based on what the run wants to do already. Cash machine, thank you for the 9 months.
Well met.
Okay, you're gone. Now we're looking for that golden ticket. Rose, thank you for the super chat. Almost killed a 6 on accident. It's refreshing getting annoying boss blinds early. Yeah, it's a nice change of pace. Did I only get 1 reserve parking hit there, by the way? Welcome, Hyperion. Eesh. There's our mans. More death, and we got early retcon. It's looking like Spectrals might be an issue right now. Or rather, the issue. We don't want to change our jokers at the moment, so getting the good taros. I think what we want to aim for. Hillscraft, thank you for the super chat. Just looked up trading cards value on TCG Player. It's been on the rise since the last reprint. Rightfully so. That's the GOAT right there. Taking 2 here. Probably do want to play these just to farm up the golden ticket while we have the hanging chad. This might just win though. Yeah, early hook out of the way too is a big deal. Just need a red seal. That's a really good one. Maybe new money farm strat. This is new money farm strat, exactly the same as the old money farm strat. Throw it on the pile. Just gonna play 4 of a kind here. Hand size voucher is great. Diamonds, not really a problem. Thank you. Probably don't need any more high card levels. Maybe now we do. I think that's probably better for our score. I think it's just kind of fine for our score right now. I don't want to unlock 5 of a kind. Might be a bit weaker in the short term. I think we got quite a bit stronger in the short term even. And it like scales better with the planets, so it actually like incentivizes the planet packs. But yeah, I was mostly concerned about it being a better long-term play, which it is. You do need a strength for that queen still. There we go. Don't want to play a flush house either. I could play a full house. Nah, that's a trash hand. Let's just play the 4 of a kind. Lana Del Rey, thank you for the 9. Supernova my goat? It'll be my goat too if we run into Verdant Leaf and we get to sell it. You. You're not bad. I would have welcomed Glass Jimbo to my stack. Yeah, you're right. That was probably a mistake on my end. Why wouldn't I want a Joker that does nothing and will never do anything for this run?
Well met.
Ruth Bader Winsberg, thank you for the 2 months. It's only 1 spade. I'll take the money instead. David, thank you for the super chat. Do you prefer to eat eggs with the shell on or off? You gotta leave them on. That's where the fiber is. Hey, congrats, TT. No. It's a casual run. We can't be doing all that. Raw eggs are nature's gushers. Yeah, that's probably the next health movement in my country. I'll have a 10 of spades. There's our strength, though. Did you hear about Raren's win today? No. I was watching the beginning part of his stream, but I don't know anything about Clash Royale, so I was confused and enraged by what I was seeing on the screen.
Well met.
No whammies, thank you for the 6. Holy foil blueprint Batman? Yeah, the foil is unfortunate, but the fact that it's a blueprint is nice. Actually, I probably should have just stuck with the 4 of a kind still. Okay, I need this for the red seal.
Well
What's my deck
met.
look like? Not bad. E-Shake, thank you for the 1 year. And repeat hand types. Use this. Kill this. Or do these. I didn't move the blueprint. That just cost me a lot of money. Alright, who's our boss blind? Bell. It's the red seal, so we copy it. Diamonds are also another suit that we've already passed, so not that big of a deal. I don't really want to just like randomly die here. So I'm going to take a coward's line. Don't think we need to copy the blueprint when we have the red seal though. Or copy the photo when we have the red seal. Maybe go with the hanging Chad next time, even though it's less score. Chariot, one of the red seals. Why? Need a 6 cents. I am willing to get out of the trading card. I want to cut some of the jacks first, though. I don't think we want to go diamonds. You yell at my orange cat, he doesn't listen to me. Isn't that cat's like whole thing is that they don't listen? What am I gonna do? Well, it's orange. True. Not sure what to do with that information. Let's roll first. See if we can find like an actual Joker that we might want to ecto. Okay. Okay. Oh, man. I mean, I'm happy to see it, but timing is a little awkward. William, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Take that. Do you ever use sands to get your spectrals? Yep. Got an A-nymph that way. It's a very reliable way to make it happen. If you shape your deck appropriately, which isn't difficult to do on white stake. It's a little early for Showman, but we could get another blueprint maybe. Please don't win yet. No. It's catastrophic. We really wanted to use these. I believe in the Sixth Sense here somewhere.
Well met.
Draft better, thank you for the 6. I have 2 cards left.
Well met.
Matt Smash, thank you for the 4. There it is. We might have to immediately sell it if there's an ecto in here, though. Okay. Sell the 6 cents, that is.
Well met.
Let's see what we get off of this first. If we get an ecto immediately, we can use the death on the 6s. That's pretty good. Thank you for the 10. Could also death into a 6 if we don't hit what we need. One of these days. Nope. You? You could try and roll an aura just in case it wants to be the idol. I don't want to be rolling right now. What am I doing? Guess it's not an idol build. I think we do have to do this.
Well met.
Dig for another death. Christian, thank you for the 2 months. 2 months of losing brain cells because of chat? Yeah, that'll happen. How do you think I'm doing? For 6 in here. Got him. We'll come back for it. It's a common Joker. One of these days, we'll find what we're looking for. Any 6s? Yep. Their voucher skip. Ooh. Finally. It's back. Sure, why not? Don't really want to have to do this, but do need that ecto. Red seals are doing a lot right now. It's a good voucher.
Well met.
Jay, thank you for the 3 months in advance. Appreciate that. Great day for Overstock News Girl. Way too early to determine whether this run is a video. It's not got a whole lot going for it right now. Hangman is tempting there. Look for another 6. One more chance at the ecto. I don't even have Crystal Ball yet, so we're not close to Omen Globe.
Well met.
Bearded Horseman, thank you for the... Oh, okay. Now we've got to run, potentially. On the final 6? Whew. Alright. Perfect timing on this as well. Don't think we want the rebate right now. We don't have blank though, do we? Like vouchers are still
well met.
Pretty unfortunate. We've gotten these 4 out of the way, but like we're not making good progress on. Well, we don't need Crystal Ball or Ecto anymore, or Omen Globe anymore. So maybe we're doing fine. Start consolidating things down to get all red seals. Pup. Thank you for the prime. Appreciate that. How do you use Ecto when you have such good jokers? When we decide what the build is. You don't have to use a resource just because you have it. nice. Throw it on the pile.
Well met.
Vel, thank you for the donation, and Drips, thank you for the sub. It's a little too close. Just because you have a resource doesn't mean you have to use it. Me not using any consumables in every RPG? Okay, also same. Gibby, thank you for the super chat. High score runner, just having fun. Why not both?
Well met.
Elijah, thank you for the prem. High score runs are fun. I think we want the showman. Well, at least the Baron's naked. That's tempting. It's a lot of money with the golden ticket, but I don't get the capacity to play multiple hands because I don't have enough cards, so I'm going to roll past it here. Just in case.
Well met.
Chaos, thank you for the sub. Wish these additions would hit DNA instead? Yeah. Big same. But at the same time, we've got the Baron free, so it's not that big of a deal. And yeah, we would just use the Ecto before the DNA at this point since we got it first. But I would like to find a blueprint before the DNA, though. So I can sub this out for the DNA, or the blueprint, and then this for the DNA, maybe. We still need blank and antimatter, so we gotta be on the lookout for vouchers. Makes me sad in the money plays, but even it's the right play. I think because we're holding the red seals for scoring rather than playing them, rebate ends up actually being better for our econ than a golden ticket right now, at least. So there's that. That's a turtle bean bug in a bag right there. Guess we might as well. Boiled again. So I think we do keep the rebate for now. It's a little bit easier to manage with the setup, with how few cards we have. Are we skipping that? No, we still need the DNA. I think I just come back for the showman later. And we're just ecto ready. I don't know. Maybe it's just not a good run. I think it's, yeah, with the mime re-triggering, it's just way too much money to pass up on. And we do need the DNA anyway. Cool. Actually making progress.
Well met.
Gregory, thank you for the pour. Oh, that's a good one. That'll solve some of my money woes. Is this video worthy yet? Lamau. Nope. This is a very, very average run. With some decent potential. DNA. Thank you for the super chat. If your namesake Joker could show up, that would be great. Thank you for the support. Another death. Let's add something from here now. So that we can actually get some momentum on this rebate. Throw it on the pile. Now we're looking for DNA. We'd have to sell out of some of those negatives. And this one is very good. This one is helpful later. Starting to agree with I and C-dubs in that Invisible Joker is just gigabait trash in these types of runs. So I'm going to stop falling for the gigabait trash. Showman is expensive, Invis is annoying. The thing about Invis is that it can also be very expensive, especially if you sell out of a Showman to take the Invis, right? Because then you just have to, when it inevitably fails, because 50% of the time it does, you just have to find another Showman anyway. So I think most of the time, or on average, Invisible ends up being more expensive than Showman. Here's the blank. There's a voucher skip right after we got the blank. Okay, let's not roll too hard now. Hand type, not my problem. Yeah, Invisible is better early for sure. There are times when Invisible can be useful, but when you have a Joker set up like we have now, it's just not good. Like early on, it's not necessarily even a gamble, right? Because you can just time it so that you, if you have a copy Joker already queued up, you basically treat the Invisible Joker like it's an onk, waiting for like a new scoring effect, because you only really need one scoring effect if you have a copy Joker in the early game. You sell your scoring Joker when you find another one, copy it with the Invisible, and then move on. Kind of frustrating when Dog got backseated and taking a 133rd chance Invis over Showman. I mean, I'm sure he was using that as a teaching lesson. I've been in the same spot and had chat try to convince me that that was the play, but it's just not. Do some light rolling here. Skip. Have a decent chance at the antimatter with this. DNA, thank you for the super chat. I maybe have an advantage because I have DNA on the mind right now because I'm searching for it, so don't worry. I mispronounce chatters' names all the time. Oh, it's supposed to be Nair? Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'll try to remember, but no promises. Alright, show me the antimatter. Unfortunate. Could have been the Showman angle. I'm gonna choose to believe here. We got 3 out of 4 just unbelievably bad vouchers. Run anti-16. I don't think... Because we're still looking for jokers, I do not think we can take the magic trick here, even with Overstock Plus. Alright. I just need to get this out of inventory, I think.
Well met.
Nesu. Thank you for the prime. It was right after we... That's so annoying. Throw it on the pile. It's another good one, actually. It's a little late to, like, actually do anything, but again, it being an uncommon is pretty good. And it's hollow, too. We're done with that. We already used the Ecto, though, so it's irrelevant that it's hollow. Unfortunately, that voucher skip ended up just basically being completely nothing. It's like we didn't actually get a voucher skip, even though we took it, because it was so unbelievably bad. A Spectral Pack? What's in a Spectral Pack that can help me right now? Or a Trust. I repeat the question. What's in the Spectral Pack that can help me right now? Cryptid's not awful. Doesn't do anything. So we're just spending money for nothing. Wins. Second DNA. Death is good. Invisible, we've already had this conversation. It's worse than a 50-50 now as well. Spectral packs have a higher chance of souls? No, I think it's always the same. Whether it's a Spectral or Arcana. I also don't need a soul card right now. There's... I mean, maybe a Perkio helps, but not without more copies of Blueprint Brainstorm.
Well met.
Taz, thank you for the prime. Nat negative Canio, so I sell a Showman for a Nat negative Canio that does nothing for me. The bold strategy, chat. Gibby, thank you for the super chat as well. It's not worth it playing extra hands for a reserve parking value. My hand shrinks after I play the DNA, right? Scoring is going to start being relevant. Do you know the breakpoints? Because I know. Negative Shiko would be the best. Sure, but I still can't take it because I have full Joker slots. I cannot sell the Showman. I do not want to sell the Showman. So I'm not going to sell the Showman. Cool. One more step. We just need to find that anti... I meant to re-roll this. Good thing two of these are blueprints. So these are brainstorms. This is blueprint, this is brainstorm, this is mime. Which one was the mine? This one? This one. I was like staring at the card going like, why isn't it huh. Did I miss something? Oh, I was... No. I think maybe I moved the wrong Joker. Wait, is this the Baron? What is going on? Okay, this is the last stand we have to figure it out. I've lost track of all of my Jokers at this point. So this is Baron. This should just win, then. This is reserve parking. Somehow the blueprint was way over here? Okay, we get there. Where's the again, though? Here? Are you happy, chat? We farmed the reserve parking. Imagine restart run? It wouldn't be that big of a deal. It's not hard to get this set up, chat. We do it pretty much every time we do these runs. It would just be annoying because it was very preventable. Yeah, we need a chariot. Let's not forget to re-roll these. Yep, should have used that actually. Oh, this is not a red seal. I did just kind of go on autopilot there for a bit, but what are you gonna do? Oh, I thought I was already in hearts. Is my brain okay today? Is this run one? Yeah. Let's just cut the non-red seals, maybe. Never mind. Cool. Alright, so we're not rolling until we get the antimatter, then we find Showman into Blueprint Brainstorm. Got a little bit of time before then to hopefully pick up the voucher. I don't think we're in a spot where we'd be taking colas at this point, just because we're just kind of at the mercy of the voucher. We can maybe start to consider something like a, sure, why not? Let's do this. I'm not copying correctly. It's fine. We don't need the score right now. But we can consider, like, taking Magic Trick from here. Should take a double tag skip? Maybe. It costs a lot of money, though, right? And there's no guarantee that in the short period of time we get another voucher skip. But I definitely have to consider it. Bro, you better lock it in. Doesn't really matter. Again. Not difficult to get these runs. Not difficult to finish these runs when you've done it as many times as I have. It'll be fine either way. Gotta reroll that. Sure. There's the double tag. Let's think about it. We're at 1024. How much do we make per round? It's a casual run. Who needs to lock in? Yeah, exactly. How many antes does, was it like E50 give us? Maybe to like E21 or anti-21. First and if it's the hard one, after that they become a lot easier. Yeah. 52. We might have through anti-21 right now. Why am I thought this was a tarot. Unlucky. It only costs about $200, right? It's honestly not that big of a deal. I'll take it, just because the one remaining thing is vouchers. I know I say this every time, but it does feel like we're probably falling short this run. He hasn't beaten the plant, so no way to go further. I have beaten the plant because I re-rolled past it. Because I have both re-roll vouchers. But yeah, you're right. Voucher cleared. Fortunate. Maybe we have anti-22 with this? We definitely are nowhere near 24, but the problem is we need the antimatter soon because it takes a lot of rolling to find a showman plus a copy joker. So I think we're in a bad spot unless... That's unfortunate. Unless the antimatter comes, like, in this next coming anti. Oops. So. Might just be floundering. And already on our dust spiral right now. When is easier to beat, gold stake, yellow plasma, or ghost stack? Yellow by a wide margin. Plasma is one of the more difficult ones if you're inexperienced with it. Which is the reason why speedrunners put it as the first deck even before black deck, because it causes so many run resets. What happens if we spend thousands and no burglar shows? We try again. There are ways to mitigate that. Having the nat negative reserve parking is a big one. Spacing it out over the several antes of like space that you have available to you also makes it less likely to be an issue. Yellow deck is easier because of money? Yep. Yellow deck is the most consistent of the decks to beat on gold stake. Maybe not the easiest, but the most consistent for sure. Speaking of speedruns, yeah, Kai is here to confirm. But yeah, early money is worth much more than like late game money. Because having the ability to spend money in the early game so that you can make it through the early game, early to mid game, where a run will typically die, is why yellow deck is so strong. Oh, thank God. We probably do have to take this one, right? I will take a showman over it, but I'm not going to roll super hard. That may be the only possible timing that works here. I am going to have to part ways with some of these nat negatives as well. And we do have, what, it's back to a 50-50. But I'm probably keeping the reserved, considering the rocket, maybe. I don't think the rocket's super important. I don't think blocking for Burglar is that meaningful. I'd rather just have a better chance at the thing that, like, makes the run good. But the C and double definitely gets yeeted. Easily over... I'm glad that chat is so certain about how many hours I have in this game. I'm still under 2K. We just talked about it the other day. You don't have to speculate. Which is how Kali knew and gave the correct information. Blocking uncommons is meta, to be honest. It's 1 in 64. I mean, it matters. Just have it... Probably the reserve parking matters more because we can easily keep that. Okay, we are now in a place where we can take the immolate, so I think it's probably worth gambling on the Spectral here.
Well met.
Bowed. Thank you for the 2. Sure. You hope for more hand size and or serpent abuse here. We don't need the serpent, so we don't want the serpent. And we're past the points. We've got both hand size vouchers, and we're past the points where we can do the Crimson Heart Bean, or Bean Bug, so this is just our hand size. Alright, say goodbye to the negatives, chat.
Well met.
Honestly, even the reserve parking is tempting to sell here. That's rough. And now the hunt begins. This is why you don't gamble in this game, chat. It never pays out. So we definitely have next ante. Even just with like the minimum amount of steel. Here. From my memory, it's E69 not intended with all steel with 3 copy jokers. That does not appear to be correct. Because I don't think 3 additional steel gives us 10 more E. Okay, so we're through here. Oh. I mean, it's good money at least. Do need to start rolling a little bit more aggressively, though. Yeah, I do just think I'm never taking an invisible on these runs ever again. That's very good, though. I think we said we were through here with, like, the bare minimum amount of steel. I don't want to take that risk, though. E59 with 3 gold cards? Yeah. So we're way above still. Invis can't hit another Invis, yes. I have a very unfortunate clip of that happening. We need a 300% increase in Invis slander by next week? I agree. I agree. You don't hate Invisible Joker enough. Should do a top end check at some point here. If we don't hit. Just so we know if we need to make like a compromise somewhere with a non-copy Joker piece. Burglar showing up way too early, as usual. Oh! Okay, we might be in. We have no magic trick, so actually I think we're in a pretty good spot now. That turned around really quickly. I don't care. So we're extremely safe. We just need to find the anti-25 burglar. Alex, thank you for the super chat. Went over the Joker limit the other day when I got a nat negative invis. It proceeded to give me the worst copy I've ever asked for. All right. Another one on the Invisible Joker hate train. I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. 2K gold is too much. Nope, it's actually way too little, but fortunately I have plenty of time to get it up to a point where it's actually enough. With negative parking, you should have an insane amount of money for Burglar. Yeah, we can, once we start Serpent farming, even if we miss the Burglar early, we should actually end up being, like, money positive after starting on Anti-25 just by farming that. Where are you going to spend 1.8k cash? You'll have to wait and see, I guess. You'll see in maybe, like, 4 antes. But generally, like, 4 or 5k is about where you want to be when you start hunting for the Burglar. And we are notably not there yet. I'm gonna full copy the reserve parking, even though, like, we want some copies on the mime, just so that I don't accidentally score too much here. Which might still happen just because our hand size is gonna be so big, but we'll do what we can. I need to keep an eye on where our score is. ASMR time? Yeah. I mean, get ready to learn it if, if we don't find the Burglar quickly. Doesn't Burglar give extra hands instead of extra hand size? Yes. But extra hands against this boss boy in the Serpent, as you can see, is extra hand size. Sometimes I cheat with Invis, since I know the joke, it chooses the jokers in order when I bought them, so if I didn't like my hit, I see if I can sell it and I go with the next one. Yeah, that's fine. Some chatters and YouTube commenters would order a hit out on me if I did that, though, so you can understand for my own safety why I wouldn't. Possible for a high score run to go into Roffle Heavy if it isn't interesting enough? I was considering doing that. But, like, even the failed high score runs are still, like, an hour and a half of footage that I have to go through and edit, so... I don't know. I'm considering still doing it every once in a while. I just... Most of our high score runs have been successful lately, so... Streamer is getting better at the game? No, no, no. That can't be right. Because that would mean that I, as a chatter, have to think about why my runs aren't that good. It must be that streamer is lucky. A recent Anti-39 run was really fun and cool to watch. I agree, yeah. That's not going to happen every time. Also, there may be some people that put a hit out on me for bug abuse. There were some really... Like, even during the stream, there were some... actually, streamer, that doesn't count because you're cheating. And then there's some more in the comments. Wait until they find out that, like... None of these runs count. They're still fun. I always love the anti-39 runs. Cheating is fully worth it. Yeah, I feel nothing about it. Other than, like, minor annoyance because they're annoying people. If you care about how somebody else plays a single-player game, then you've lost the mandate of heaven. I don't know what to tell you. Anonymous, thank you for that gifted sub to Invisible Joker. Take it back. Ban that chatter. Beanbug stuff that happened in that run is more interesting than spamming until you happen to get Perkio. I agree. Gotta reroll that. Clubs could be a problem. Plant, definitely a problem. Flint. This'll feel good. And somebody say I was tarnishing the sanctity and reputation of the game and insulting the dev. By playing mods. And that's the most normal YouTube commenter. That's not true. Not when we have Overstock News Gal. And the person that's, like, translating the intro. They're doing the Lord's work. Shifting away from the flurry of looks inside memes. Like, actually coming up with an original bit. That's what you love to see. Cameron, thank you for the super chat. Hit my own unseated anti-39 yesterday thanks to hitting the beanbug 3 times on anti-16. Well done. And a nat negative DNA. I think the nat negative DNA was a little gratuitous at that point. I think I hit 3 total beanbugs that weren't fully ready. So I think you... Wow, that's quite the run. You could have gone even farther if the game would have let you. I appreciate your bravery announcing that into chat, though, because we've got shooters everywhere for people abusing bugs. Zunner, thank you for the prime. I cannot get another serpent without rerolling. That is correct. That is why the retcon voucher is a fully necessary part of these runs. Beanbug haters are just Invisible Joker apologists in disguise. You may be onto something there. Look, I'm opposed to, you know, otherizing an entire group of individuals and whatnot. They will not divide us or whatever. But you're cooking with that one. Beanbug lovers versus Invisible Joker apologists win? Look, us disgusting Beanbug enjoyers are scoring so far beyond the Invisible Joker enjoyers' comprehension that, like, that's not even a battle. We'll move on to the next one.
Well met.
Duffman. Thank you for the 2 months. Duffman is subscribing with Prime. Oh, yeah. Man. I've been really itching to watch some of like the old 90s Simpsons, but I don't want a Disney Plus account. What do I do, chat? Red Panda, thank you for the 3 months. Pirate? It's been since my college days. Since I've done all that. Roffle is a Fed and is arresting all of us? No, I would never. Plus, if I were a cop, I'd have to tell you.
Well met.
Dental plan? Lisa needs braces. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted subs. Appreciate that.
Well met.
And Daniel, thank you for the prime. All right. I think we've probably got enough money at this point, right?
Well met.
Let's do a quick top end check just for funsies. New Jersey TV, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. And a bait,
Well
thank you for
met.
the 3. Okay, Joker's in the right spot. 7 out of 15 decks down for completionist plus. Well done. Nice progress. It's almost halfway there. But, given that the first one is the hardest, it's probably more than halfway there in terms of, like, the actual timeline, so well done. Alright, now I've got to see this. That is a cursed message history. Zach, thank you for the super chat. Figured out the hard way the cops don't have to tell you they're cops, so we're watching you, man. No, I know, it was a joke. It's all jokes. Especially the part about me being a cop, though. That one's definitely true. That it's a joke. How far do you think this run will go? Somewhere between ante 25 and 31, and then we'll get the funny number and move on. Not cop shaped? Yeah, I look nothing like a thumb. And I'd probably fail the psych exam, but not for the reasons that most of them do. I'd probably have too little sociopathy, I hope. You have too little aura? Yeah. Cops notorious for how much aura they have. Holy bootlicker. So when I was in France, I think I showed the picture on stream once. They had They had cops that were on rollerblades. And as an American, for whatever reason, it was immediately the most hilarious and disarming thing I've ever seen. I'm sure they aren't, you know, they're still cops or whatever. They still had guns. But like, I just saw them leaning up against like a side rail on their rollerblades and just immediately started laughing at them hysterically. That was maybe the first time a cop had aura. But also, they probably wouldn't have liked it that I was laughing at them, not with them. I mean, it was right outside of the Louvre, so maybe those cops aren't very effective because they never caught the diamond guys. Eliza, thank you for the super chat. You also don't oink poor tasting donuts since you don't like Krispy Kreme burgers? No, I ate the Krispy Kreme burger. The donuts were fine, it's just, it doesn't need to exist as a thing. To be fair, skating would be faster than running, I think. As long as you don't encounter, like, a single obstacle. Like, a set of stairs just neutralizes them entirely. They're just sitting there. Oh, I'd get you. Just run on the grass? Even worse. Then they have to do, like, that weird, like, stompy walk to try and not follow. Oh, man, I just... imagine that, and it's so much better. I think this is a new sitcom. Go trademark this. I mean, part of the reason why I was laughing so hard is it did look just ripped straight out of Reno 911. Exactly. Murphy gets it. Like, whoever the guy was with the real short shorts, I could see, like, being a rollerblade cop for sure.
Well met.
Best Stairdo, thank you for the 7 months. Dangle, yeah, well, that makes sense given his choice of attire. I should have remembered that. The USA mind can't comprehend a cop getting his 90s swag on. I mean, the 90s aesthetic is coming back, right? The middle part, grunge, Jinko jeans, Deftones. Like, maybe they were just ahead of their time. William, thank you for the super chat. Hogs better come back. What, do you have your life savings in them? Maybe Beanie Babies are next, too. Cops and Jinkos on roller skates? No, roller blades. Come on now. It's the 90s, not the, like, 70s. All right, we got to lock in one more round here, just so that I don't... I've already had one near catastrophe with a an anti-8 boss blind. Bring back popcorn ceilings and walls. I mean, we're not far off from that happening. They're gonna start, like, putting lead back into things. they've already started doing it with protein powder, so...
Well met.
Ben, thank you for the prime. About to go grab my Razor scooter and ride the town. My roommate in college, who was on the football team, rode a Razor scooter to school, like, semi-ironically. And I remember walking next to him because it's not that much faster than just walking. And he goes, check out this sweet trick. And he jumps, and he, like, tries to spin in the foot part in a 360 and immediately hits himself in the shin and just, like, destroys himself. Oh, it was a lot of fun to watch. I forgot to roll for the burglar.
Well met.
He also did the same thing, like, in front of his entire class, trying to, like, do a trick going either up or down the stairs, and then just fell in front of everybody and then had to go sit with them in class after they just watched him fumble. Is baseball a 90s aesthetic? Could be. Depends on how many steroids you're pumping yourself full of. Alright. Now I guess we have to lock in so that we can find the stupid burglar. I mean, this ante we can't nanip anyway because our hand gets too big. Oh, that's the DNA, not the mime. Good thing I'm locking in. How do you go upstairs with the scooter? There's a reason he fell, right? Roffle scooter stream win? There's a reason I didn't join him in scooting to school. No Roffle rollerblade stream? I used to rollerblade as a kid. I'd probably be better on rollerblades than scooter. I know this because my rollerblading experience has translated well into ice skating experience. Don't think this will win. Guess we can do this just in case. Because I guess the whole point of why we can't do it on Ante 25 is that the score gets too high. I've only been ice skating once and I fell down a lot. I think I've been like 3 times in my life, all as an adult. And because I used to rollerblade as a kid, it was just kind of easy. I think I've only fallen once. But I did fall pretty hard to the point where, like, people next to me were like, are you okay? But it's also maybe because they thought I was old and feeble. I could have played into it. This man just broke his hip on the ice. Every fall takes a toll on your knees. Scary stuff. No, I just fell straight on my butt. which is not a good feeling either, but at least it saved my knees. Found ice skating very difficult. Only see it on the Winter Olympics for entertainment. Yeah, again, it's probably just the fact that I had, I don't know, several years of experience doing it as a kid. So, and it's like not exactly the same, but it's close enough that like the balance is pretty much the same. Or at least it felt like it, I don't know. Or maybe just a skill diff. Rollerblading for the first time on Tuesday and fractured my wrist. I'm sorry to bring up such recent trauma for you. That was not my intention. Alright, now we can start looking for the burglar. Olympics athletes are literally 1080 degrees while being held by their partners and only scored like 7 or 8. Well, yeah, I'm not doing all that. First of all, I'm not sure that many of those figure skaters could hold me. I'm just out there zooming. Zach, thank you for the super chat. Need hangover cures for a friend. Drink less. That's what I started doing. You're welcome.
Well met.
Bye-bye, thank you for the gifted subs. Holy. That could be our, burglar. Showman is worse for us. Oh, there he is. We win. Can you move, fella? Thank you. There it is. Alright. Do we sell this to save time? Nah, it's funnier this way. Very fast burglar? Yep. I mean, this time we didn't have to take magic trick, though. So that helped quite a bit. Full copy reserve? No. Is this still the first run? Yep. Possibly the only run. Why would we need more? We start a new streak, though. That's 2 in a row again. Sub 2 hours pretty fast. I think the world record is under an hour, so... It is maybe my fastest. But not very fast, all things considered. Not full copy and reserve parking is absolutely treacherous towards shareholder value. Look. Sometimes, and I hope you're listening, shareholders, sometimes enough money is just enough. And we have enough. Mods? Oh god. Oh god. Wait, now the police are really gonna come for me. Comma. Thank you for the super chat. At this point, this is watching videos early. I mean, here's the secret. You can still watch the video, too. Then you can see how the setup happened if you missed it. Oh, God. Right. I am gonna get kicked off of Twitch by Bezos. That's fine. That's fine. As long as we still have YouTube, right? They won't do anything.
Well met.
Why you always play this not realistically possible luck jokers? Well, I mean, if it literally happens every time, it seems pretty realistic to me. And maybe not so much luck. PB, thank you for the gifted subs. You kind of refute the premise of your entire question in your question. You're right. Google only recently dropped Don't Be Evil model. There's no way they've gotten the Torment Nexus online that fast. What's that reminds me of my favorite Mark Zuckerberg quote, where it's something along the lines of, it's possible to do something that is illegal while still being unethical, haha. The haha is the important part of that quote. My favorite quote is cooking barbecue here in my backyard. It did make a good song.
Well met.
Trophy Hunter. Thank you for the prime.
Well
And Spike, thank you as well. Welcome, Abby. Alright. Let's get a round of applause for the Nat Negative reserve parking. It did do some good work here. The unsung hero? No, we've been singing his praises this whole time. Please clap. While chat demands that I farm it. Even though I don't want to. Every city council meeting sings his praises. I know. Maybe it was worth paving paradise after all. We don't need the brainstorm and blueprint on the burglar. We're just doing it so that we don't score too much and so that we can save time. You only need them on the start of round. Minnie, thank you for the bits. Appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Tinnitus Simulator? I think the real Tinnitus Simulator was the Hatsune Miku Joker in Nito's mod. Saint Andre, thank you for the prime. And Fuzzy Peachman, thank you for the bits. How's this even possible? A lot of practice, a lot of experience, and a lot of money. For me, it was the WhatsApp from Yahi mod. I don't know about all that one. The key is money? Okay, that chatter Balatros.
Well met.
Crimson Iron. Wait. Not my nemesis. I got my eye on you, though. Thank you for the 13. The key is vouchers? Yes, but you can but having money makes the vouchers less luck dependent. I think that's the part that early on people, myself included when I was first starting, miss in terms of mitigating some of the randomness associated with the vouchers, where there is some inherent randomness with them, but if you have enough money, especially early, that gets you enough rolling to get you colas, which then gets you double tags, which gets you the vouchers. Nemesis what? Because your name is similar to Crimson Heart. It was a Balatro joke. Vouchers are still the most luck-dependent part of an ANM run? Yes. Vouchers, not by a wide margin, though, because Spectrals can be rough, too, right? Like, you saw how many attempts it took us to get the Ecto. If we didn't... We got the Ecto on the very last 6 that we had available after making several copies of 6s for 6 cents. If we didn't hit that, we wouldn't have had this run because we never got Omen Globe, or we didn't get it at a reasonable time. Gotten 20 plus antes without Ecto several times? Yeah. Again, there are things that you can do to mitigate that, which includes having enough money so that you can roll for 6 cents so that you can get the 6 cents early. Copying things so that you can get the 6s, or enough 6s to, like, make the brute force the 6 cents. 6 cents with DNA also could get you there, but, like, it's a lot less within your control than the Jokers are, which are extraordinarily, extraordinarily within your control if you have enough money. Alright, one last one, and then we get to make the big score. I'd catch heat from the streamer mods, but I believe it comes down to RNG, ultimately, i.e. being lucky enough to see good econ jokers, score jokers early, so that you can farm rerolls further into the run. Okay, you're right. I am a uniquely lucky individual, as are the other people who do it more frequently and faster than me. And that's the only reason. Tabs, thank you for the prime.
Well met.
Possibly Abby, thank you as well. Welcome to the stream. GG.
Well met.
My dude, thank you for the prime. We aren't running ads, right? Cool. Alex, thank you for the bits as well. And Dalton, thank you. I think if your impression is something is RNG or luck dependent, then maybe you just aren't as good at that thing as you think you are, especially in a game where a lot of factors are very under your control, like Balatro. But if you get more experience, you'll come to find that's not the case. Zach, thank you for the membership. Like, the seed is under your control? I think most seeds can nan inf is the point that we're making here. RNG can be a factor in how difficult it is not the same as RNG dependent. Yeah, exactly. And that's true for, like, across the board with Balatro, right? You can lose runs due to getting unlucky, but that's not the reason you lose most runs. And usually the luck that causes you to lose runs is, like, bad draws or bad timing on boss blinds, not, like, most jokers can beat even Gold Stake. Fat Sparrow, thank you for the 2 months. Just because there's randomness involved in something doesn't mean it's RNG dependent. Learning how to, like, manage the odds and push them more into your favor is, in and of itself, a skill. We did it! I think we might be only doing 1 run today. I know it's been a short week in terms of streams, but again, next week is going to be a bit of a longer week because there's going to be some MLB matches and a few that I will be casting. So it'll probably be a full week of streams next week. So stay tuned for that. Speaking of casting, I am going to send you over to Zeno and Bean, who are currently casting a matchup of Bean's $10,000 tournament. So thanks for watching, folks. I will be back on Monday. YouTube videos going up as usual. But this will be a nice preview of the upcoming week, which will be the kickoff week for Major League Balatro. So thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you soon. If you're on YouTube, I'm sure that both Zeno and Bean are currently live on YouTube as well, so you can find it there. Have a nice weekend, folks.